So hey guys, it's me Jack here, and welcome back to another episode of something that isn't World of Tanks. This is Star Citizen, and it's the latest release by Chris Roberts. Those of you who don't know who he is, he was a guy that made games long before I was into playing video games, so I don't know much about him, but I'm sure if you do a quick Google search of him, there'll be plenty of information about him. He made lots of games for the older platforms, like back when games were much more 2D side scrollers. He was making things that were revolutionary in terms of what they presented. He made games that created infinite expanding universes, or that were replicas of our solar system, and that had the correct distances and vectoring and all the sort of space terminology that I don't really know what to use for. Anyways, so what is this? This is Star Citizen, and this is his latest project. It has been entirely crowd-funded, and for those of you that don't know, that means it's been every single penny, or, yeah, it's penny actually, because it's been funded in dollars, that has been put into this game, has been donated by people who want to see the game become a reality. And it's broken quite a few boundaries. It has made over $34 million at times of when I'm going to be releasing this video. However, the game itself isn't even in alpha yet, it's in pre-alpha. Yet something that he has done, or Robert Space Industries has done, I'm sure there's a team of them working on this, they've allowed you to, when you pledge to support the game, you can buy a certain pack. And what the pack does is it contains a certain ship. And depending on the cost of the pack, you'll get a different ship, and also you'll be helping the company produce this game. And obviously, the more money you put in, the more things you're going to get. So say you spend $25, I believe it is, you get this craft here. If you spend, I'm not going to go into the actual amounts of money because it's unhealthily large sums. But if you spend that amount of money, you will get, say, access to the beta or beta, however you want to pronounce it, don't hate me. Or say you spend another certain amount of money, you get access to the alpha, and the more money you spend, generally the better things you get. So, let's run over what we've got. We've got $34 million raised. And what I did is I put enough money in to get myself into the paid alpha release of this game, which will be coming out sometime in December, we're told, and it's already December the 7th when I'm recording this, so we should be getting it sometime soon, I'm hoping. But anyways, what has happened at the moment? Obviously, the alpha for the game has not been released. Therefore, he has done something that quite a lot of the companies out there don't do. They obviously, when you pledge to support them, most companies say, well, when the game is released, you will receive, say, this, this, and this. But what he's done differently is he has chosen to release the Hangar module, I believe it's called, and it allows you to view what your money has got you in the game, basically. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and bought some of these things with my money, and because I feel that this game looks absolutely incredible, and if you haven't heard of it, you should probably Google it, like, right now, and, actually, no, not right now, watch my video first. I'll hopefully go over some of the things that are important about this and what you should know before you, rush off with your wallet open, go, take my money, and throwing it at the screen and whatnot. I'd like to point out beforehand, because this is a pre-alpha, the juddering camera effects and the such like are not me or my computer. It is the fact that, this isn't even alpha. This is pre-alpha footage, this is pre-alpha gameplay. Nothing here is really the finished piece of work. Well, perhaps the models of the ships are, but I don't even know that. So, we'll start off with what I have purchased, and, well, there's this ship here, which, the name escapes me, but I'm sure I'll remember it. Is it the Aurora? I'm thinking it's the Aurora. Anyways, you can see that if you press the F key, you can enter the ship, and the whole point of this game is it's going to be a open world sandbox space simulator style game, and I'd just like to pause for a second here whilst you watch this animation. I am extremely excited. I've been into space games for a while. I'm a bit of a nerd, to be honest, and I just think that come on, how cool does this look? You know, you get to fly a spaceship, you've got your spacesuit, you can, not only can you fly a spaceship on your own, it's going to be a multiplayer aspect of the game as well, where you can team up with your buddies, or people that, you know, you don't actually know, but, you know, that you have similar interests with. I'm just going to be running through the main features of this ship whilst I talk, so you can see that there's a crew compartment here for the longer distances that you will be travelling. But yes, you can team up with your friends or people you've never met before. You can become a soldier, you can become a rogue, you know, bounty hunter, trader, all sorts of things. You can become a merchant, you know, a merchant trader, kind of the same thing. But never mind, I'm kind of blathering here. But yeah, I'm just showing off some of the features of this ship. This is sort of the kind of trader's delight kind of ship. You know, there's got a few weapons to protect yourself with. You got, you know, living quarters. No, nothing fancy, but you know, at that sort of price, you don't expect anything fancy. It's just a decent all-round ship, as you can see. Moving on, we have the I think this is the Anvil Aerospace Hornet, and this is the stealth version. As you can see, it's all black. It's got radar, you know, all sorts of fancy low-energy weapons, radar repelling coating, low-emission engines. You know, I don't know what these words mean. You're making assumptions. You understand? You think that I understand English, but this is much more of a stealth fighter. This is if you want to go somewhere without anyone knowing where you're going. So, you know, peaceful trader by day and by night. Yes, Mr. Wayne, it does come in black. No, what I'm trying to say is this is the fighter you want to go if you want to go somewhere without being detected. However, it hasn't been released how these mechanics are going to work yet, but I'm assuming, you know, there'll be detection values and whatever proximity detection rates and all sorts. But I will show you the cockpit of this plane and just look at this. Look how cool this looks. Like, this just looks amazing, this game at the moment. Pre-alpha, as I said, so some of the animations are a bit buggy, you know, a bit of jumpiness going on, but that's to be expected, really. So we are. This is what you call a spacecraft, as you can see. Cockpit comes on, and wow, I am far too excited for my own good at the moment. You can see that the joystick does move, if a bit juddery, if you use the arrow keys. I have purchased a joystick that is arriving soon because I'm in anticipation of this game, and also for games such as War Thunder, which I have been playing. But yes, this is the Anvil Aerospace Hornet stealth version. Not sure the technical term. But yes, very, very nice aircraft. I'm anticipating flying this. You can see that there's a bug, actually, where you climb into the aircraft, and then if you get out, the landing gear does disappear, so it's a sort of hovercraft at the moment. But yes, very nice aircraft. We will now be moving on to the big boy, shall we say, of the big one, I think we'll just call it. This is the RSI Constellation, and it is currently the largest ship available to everybody from the time of this video. So why don't we, you know what, why don't we just stand back and admire, look at it. It just, like, every inch of it looks well designed. It just looks like, I can't put a finger on anything about the outside of this ship that I don't like. It all looks amazing. Like, the guy that made this or designed it, his imagination must just be, like, awesome. So we'll head inside the RSI I'm just going to call it the Constellation for now. So as you can see, very, very big interior. We will start at the back and work our way forward. So at the very, very back of the ship, we have the space toilet. What more could you possibly want than paying large sums of money just to go to the toilet in space? Anyways, you also have a shower that does open and close, however, you know, not functioning. And some of the mirrors and things like that have not been implemented into the game yet, so I don't have a reflection. Moving on, we have 4 bunks for crew members. As you can see, they are easily stowed away. Very, very nicely, Very nicely designed, very cool looking. And some sort of storage facility for crew, presumably uniforms or supplies or something. Moving on, we have this here, which, I'm not sure what it is. I'm either thinking it's either an escape fighter, or an escape pod, or a close defense fighter for those situations where it just gets a little bit tricky. What I'm imagining is the whole floor will drop away once the rest of the crew are, safely behind this little airlock here. The floor will drop away, and then, you can get into your fighter and protect the Constellation from whatever, raiders are coming to attack your cargo. Coming forward now, we have a nice little gimmick that they've put in. If you press this control panel, your little table will pop down. You can have some space tea and biscuits. Space tea and biscuits. What more could you want? Anyway, that retracts as well. Moving further forward, we start getting to the interesting things here. This, well, if you've ever seen Star Wars, which I imagine many of you have, think of the Millennium Falcon when I press these buttons. Chair comes down, you think, okay. You get in the chair then raises back up, and doors pop open. Get a load of this. It's a freaking gun turret that is controllable by you. Obviously, you're in the hangar at the moment, so you can't fire at anything. But just can you imagine, like, having, say, 4 friends, pilots, 2 gunners. I don't know, eventually you'll probably have a repair crew member or someone in the fighter, maybe, or whatever it actually is. But as you can see, it's just so cool. Like, this game, nothing happens in it, and I'm already too excited about this. I am overly excited. Anyways, you have the exact same sort of gun turret along the bottom. However, I'm not going to bother showing it to you due to the fact that there's not really much to show. That animation's slightly buggy there. Anyways, we're now moving on to the front of the spacecraft. If you, oh, look at that. Just look. You get into the commander's seat. If any of you have seen Prometheus, when I spin around, this reminded me of Prometheus almost immediately. The inside of the spaceship's cockpit, I think it's still called a cockpit in space, is it? Looks just like it, and it's the amount of detail and time it must have taken to just to make all of this possible. What the? Hold on. Oh, that's still the chair. Unfortunately, at the moment, these chairs are non-functioning. However, in the future, you will be able to have your friends, presumably, if you don't want them in the actual turrets themselves. They may be, I don't know, firing the guns from here, or controlling the docking systems, or some sort of interesting space tech that hasn't yet been revealed. But if we head back downstairs, I say downstairs, we head back out of the spaceship, you can see just how big this thing is. It is such a large ship. I believe the technical class is of a frigate. However, I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking it's a frigate-sized spacecraft. What they've done is, if you look at the glass here, it's very interesting looking. You can see you've got the waving effect going on as you look into the glass. Obviously, it's toughened to withstand the harsh vacuums of space. Yeah, I hope so anyway, because otherwise if we fly this out, it'll just die immediately. Cheerful thought. Anyway, moving on. This thing doesn't appear to have any landing gear as of yet, unless that somehow manages to support, the whole thing, which I'm thinking it doesn't. I'm presuming some sort of landing gear will fold down from these side pieces. If you look here, you can see this is where the other turret does come out. You can see those 2 panels there fold open to reveal it. But yeah, this has been a very brief introduction to Star Citizen. I'll just go over one of the other things that they have previewed in this sort of demo, I guess you could say, the pre-alpha demo. If you come over to this and hit the F key, you'll bring up the customization screen. Oh, not crouch. You'll bring up the customization screen, and you can select ships and rotate them and whatnot. And then say if you want to get some information about a particular weapon on board your ship, well, let's have a look. The Bulldog Repeater, 3-barreled sequential fire design. The Klaus and Werner CF007 Bulldog Repeater is capable of high rates of fire while maintaining accuracy. Lovely. What more could you want? And what you're able to do is customize the attachments and loadouts, should we say, of your ship. You may have noticed that the game is just so pretty at the moment. It's such a good-looking game. And that's why I'm recording at 30 frames per second, not 60, because I'm barely maintaining 60 without recording. It's running on the, I think it's the Crytek 3, or the Crysis 3. It's the engine that ran Crysis 3. So if you've ever played any of the Crysis games, you'll know that they are notorious for having, like, eye-exploding graphics. But anyway, I am so excited for this game. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And I'm going to end off this video by chucking in the trailer for Star Citizen right after I finish speaking. So anyway, my name has been Jack. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will catch you all next time. See you guys later.